body that you're in, it's super important. And in this space, in the plus size community, there are a lot of other creators that are in the plus size space. And so it's really good to diversify what you're creating so that you can help a specific group of people.
Uh, Welcome to Yodoozy Chit. It's
Thank you.
great to have you with us today.
Yes, it's great to be here.
You're a lifestyle travel influencer who spreads the message of body positivity. How did it all start for you?
Yeah, so I got started in 2019, but I've had the dream to do it for a lot longer than that. Growing up, I grew up in extreme poverty. I was homeless a lot, and I never saw media that had bigger people in it. And I was bullied for my size a lot of my life from family and from people at school. So I knew that I wanted to do something to spread the message that it's okay to be in whatever body you are. And so in 2019, after I graduated college for business, I kind of had, some goals to start social media, and I had gotten really sick and I was no longer working. So it was the perfect time for me to get started, and it kind of just really took off from there. Perfect.
You have a massive fan following on Instagram as well as on other social media platforms, including your blog. Which type of content do your fans follow you for?
They really follow me for plus size travel recommendations, plus size travel tips, and also size inclusive fashion, where to find clothes that will fit them, and a lot of inspirational content, just inspiring them to be, live their best life and be comfortable in the bodies that they're in.
So, as a plus size body positivity influencer, how important is it to have one's own sense of style?
It is super important to have your own individuality, to feel comfortable in the skin you're in, to feel empowered to be yourself, to love yourself in the body that you're in. It's super important. And in this space, in the plus size community, there are a lot of other creators that are in the plus size space. And so it's really good to diversify what you're creating so that you can help a specific group of people. And so for me, it's so important to have my own sense of style when it comes to fashion and when it comes to creating content. Growing up, you didn't really have a lot of options if you were plus size. And so it was really hard to feel that you could be empowered and wear what you want. And so to me, it's really, really important to find that individuality and really find who you are in your own skin.
How would you describe your lifestyle?
Yeah, so I do live with disabilities. I have chronic illnesses, but I don't let that hold me back. I would say I live a very nomadic lifestyle. I love to get out and explore, see new things, travel to new places. It's something I'm really passionate about and showing that other plus size people can live their best life as well.
What are the main challenges that people face and what can be done to be more inclusive?
So the main challenge we face is this world was really not meant for plus size people. It really wasn't built for plus size people. And so we encounter a lot of challenges in even our day-to-day life that, can kind of set us back. It's hard to find seating that is comfortable and that is accessible for all bodies. That is something that we really face a huge challenge that we face is seating. When it comes to airplanes, you also take that into consideration. And so it really wasn't meant to be an inclusive place for all bodies. And creating representation online is something I'm really passionate about so that we can advocate for ourselves and get, those types of things. Like we can have extended plus size seating available wherever we go, whether it's the doctor's office, whether it's a shopping mall, that there is seating available. And when it comes to people with disabilities, it's also something that we're advocating for with wider doorways so that we can fit comfortably and seating options so that if we get tired, we can sit down. There's a lot to advocate for in this space, and I find that there's a lot of challenges we face, and so just navigating those challenges and feeling empowered to live our best life is super important.
Okay. So as a body positivity movement, what would you tell women who don't feel comfortable in their own skin?
I would tell them that they are perfect just the way they are. They deserve to live their best life no matter what size they are, and that our life might look different than others, and that's totally okay. And I would just really tell them that they shouldn't spend all of their time hating the body that they're in because you only get one life and you deserve to be happy and comfortable the way you are.
Okay. That's a good thing. I can quote you on that.
Thank you.
Great. So, how has social media impacted your life?
It has impacted my life. Social media has truly impacted my life in so many ways. I've been able to connect with a lot of people, and that has made me really happy. I've been able to connect with a lot of other creators, a lot of people looking for advice, and that is really the most beneficial thing I've gained from this. It's also given me a lot of opportunities like this one right now, and it's given me the opportunity to really change my life and chase my dreams to the fullest.
Wow. So, hmm. You also have created content for plus size dating and relationships.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what would be the advice that you would give to people looking out there?
Yeah, so I would give advice to don't stop looking. Don't give up after one shot if it doesn't work. Most of all, don't settle for less. Settling is something that a lot of people think that plus size people have to do, but it's actually not. My tips also would be to put those pictures on whatever dating platforms you want and feel empowered. You know, put a full body pic. Don't feel that you can only show your face because the person out there that's meant for you will accept you just the way you are.
So, if you could just give us three advice for plus size women on maintaining their lifestyle, what would you say on that?
Yeah, I would say to own your truth, live your truth, stand by what you feel is right for you, chase your dreams. And I would say the next thing would be to celebrate your wins and your accomplishments. Society, a lot of the time, makes plus size people feel that their wins are not as valid as others, and that couldn't be farther from the truth. So to celebrate those wins, and also to not spend your whole life hating yourself and hating your body. Your body is the least interesting thing about you. There are so many other amazing qualities that people have, and we shouldn't spend our whole life just hating the body we're in and wishing that we could change it.
Okay. So, to your fans and your followers, would you like to say that you should get into hobbies more, not getting into just maintaining your physical outlook? Rather than that, just go and learn something new.
Yeah,
Just
I would say movement. Focus on movement rather than weight loss or anything like that. Focus
mm,
on moving your body and feeling good and empowered in the way that you move it, whether that be dance or yoga, something that you really find enjoyable, finding a hobby that can really spark your interest. That is how I would maintain your lifestyle. And, you know, watch what you eat, but don't feel restricted. I'm very anti diet and just more trying to maintain your lifestyle in other ways. So, really prioritizing movement, really prioritizing mental health and things like that.
okay. So, what are the five things that you wish you knew earlier about plus size travelers?
I wish that I would have known that I deserve to travel and be comfortable traveling, and that I deserve to take up space, and I deserve to travel just as much as anybody else does. The second thing that I would say is I wish I would have known that there are plus size accommodations out there. If you need a seatbelt extender on an airplane, don't be afraid or ashamed to use one. Another thing that I would say is not all hotels are accessible. Some don't have elevators. So if that's something you're looking for, you should really do your research ahead of time. Research can really ease your mind, and doing research can really prepare you for your trip. That way you feel really comfortable and you feel like you know what to expect. And the last thing that I would say would be that you do not have to lose weight before you can travel. That's one of the biggest things I hear my audience talk about is that they feel like they have to lose weight or shrink themselves before they can go on a vacation. And that couldn't be further from the truth.
When you have a tiring day, how do you pamper yourself?
Yeah, when I have a tiring day, my favorite thing to do is to take a nice long hot shower, to light a candle or put on a diffuser. I love to do a full skincare routine and get into something cozy and watch some Netflix or Hulu.
Okay. Which Netflix show are you watching right now?
I've been watching a lot of Emily in Paris.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's great. That's great. Um, so, how do you maintain your positivity and confidence, especially on the days when you're not feeling the vibe?
Yeah, I have a lot of days where I'm not feeling my most confident in everything. And my biggest piece of advice is to fake it till you make it. Sometimes just remind yourself that you do love your body. And even if it's a hard day, that's just one day. It's not a hard life. So just really reminding yourself that there are tons of things in your life that you should be proud of. There are many things that are going on that are good for you. and just reminding yourself that your body is beautiful the way it is. You deserve kindness, you deserve to be loving to yourself. And sometimes if I have to, I'll go on Pinterest and find body positive images and just remind myself that my body is valuable the way it is.
So, how does it feel when people all across the world like and share your content?
It feels really rewarding. I love getting to connect with people, like I said, and seeing them share my content just reminds me that I'm creating representation for all bodies. I'm here to show the world that no matter what your size is, you can love yourself and live your best life. And so seeing people share my content really just reminds me that we're trying to become a more accepting world and that we're really trying to make strides in the community and make it more acceptable and more inclusive. And I love seeing people share my content. It makes me feel really, really special, I guess. And it makes me just reminds me why I started doing this. And even on the hard days, it reminds me why I keep going and what I am trying to accomplish.
What more can we expect to see on Instagram vlogs in the future?
Yeah, so you're going to see more opportunities to travel with me. I'm working on something really cool. It's a trip that's specially designed for plus size people and people with mobility issues. So
Okay.
people will actually be able to travel with me and meet me in person. You're going to see more travel tips, more recommendations for hotels from the plus size perspective, and more size inclusive fashion recommendations.
Okay. Before we end this interview, what would be your message to our audience?
Yeah, my message for the audience would be if you have a dream, go for it. No matter what anyone has tried to tell you in the past, you deserve to live your best life. And if you have a dream, chase it. Go for all of your goals and really just keep moving forward. Don't let anything ever hold you back.
Thank you for having such a wonderful session with us today.
Yeah, thank you for having me.